Most people today think AI tools are just for writing emails or maybe generating a few LinkedIn posts. But what if I told you can actually build full fledged applications using AI? Now I'm talking about things like interactive dashboards or internal tools. And you don't need to be a developer to build these things. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can use a tool that is Manus AI to go beyond content and actually build products. We're going to cover two practical use cases. One is a sales dashboard that we're going to build, and second is a dialer application that we're going to build for either outbound or inbound workflows. So let's quickly get into it. Now, when we first log into Manus AI, it looks something like this, wherein there is a chat sort of a thing, and it gives us options in terms of what we would want to build. Now, it has a similar interface to what we see like Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, and it follows the same sort of a model wherein we can either add or connect applications. We can build and add skills. So say for example, if you are building skills on Claude, you can import them over here. At the same time, it gives you the option of creating slides, websites, something that is a capability of tools like Lovable, or other things in terms of say visualization or building applications. Now, for the two use cases that we have today, we'll first see the use case of building a sales dashboard. Now, every sales team today struggles primarily with visibility. That is where they have their data scattered across say CRM, spreadsheet, calling tools. There is say inbound leads and other sources as well. And then what eventually happens is decision making becomes reactive instead of proactive. So instead of say manually building these dashboards by exporting data from multiple places, let's try and use Manus AI. Now over here what I have done is I had exported all the data that I had from my CRM and other sources, and then I uploaded that datasheet and I asked them to create a sales dashboard based on this that I can present to my management. So what it initially started with was understanding the database. So if you can see, it had defined the different steps for it, that okay, what all things does it need to do. Based on it, it started by first exploring the dataset, then designing and generating the dashboard charts. So as a first output, what I got is the different charts itself. Now eventually what I wanted to build is I wanted a complete dashboard, an interactive dashboard that can be live, that can be accessible to my management so that they can view it, they can understand, and they can draw insights from it. So I gave it a prompt to visualize that data in a complete interactive format. And finally, the sort of output that I got looks something like this, wherein I have a complete interactive dashboard that explains the activities, how many active SDRs were working on it during that time period, what are the modes of communication that are used. It gives me a complete trend chart of the daily activities, the activities done by channel, and other parameters as well. So if you can see over here, it understood every aspect of that data set and created visual based on it. And this is wherein I do not have to give any inputs that okay, I want this sort of a chart, I want this funnel to be represented. If I want, I can specifically mention that, but I do not have to. So with very minimal manual inputs, it's able to create something that is quite effective. Now ideally, if we say go on to create this using tools like Looker Studio or Tableau, it's going to take us a lot of time first to organize that data, understand those data points, input in XY axis, and then finally get it built. This is one such use case wherein our job gets done by just inputting a few prompts. And the key takeaway over here is one, that you're not just say generating outputs. What you're doing is you're creating those decision making systems and reducing the dependency that you might have say on other people like a data analyst or a developer to help you get this done. Now let's take the next example, that is building a dialer. Now one of the challenges that we faced as a sales team was that we were relying completely or heavily on calling, but all the calls that were done were from say the STR's own numbers. So tracking it became difficult. That yeah, how many calls are going to one particular lead? Are we following up with them on time or not? And managing that entire funnel. So we wanted to build something that could actually solve it. So what we did is we again went onto this and we gave it a prompt that help us build a dialer application that can be used by the sales team to one, dial the prospects, second, get complete reports of these outreach activities. In addition to that, what we did is we wanted to also see that what aspects could the AI understand from this. So as you can see over here, the first thing that it did is it defined 5 to 6 tasks that are there over here. Wherein it started with understanding the task, designing the app architecture, the different data models, inputting a few sample data so that we could demo with that application as well. So as you can see over here, the first thing, right? Over here, the code that it added, or rather the steps that it had defined. So it created a complete overview as to what that dialer is going to do. How are the different screens or how are the different aspects of that application going to look like? Now, if I was supposed to tell anyone else or a developer to build this, it would take them first of all a day itself to understand and document the entire scope. Over here, that is getting done in seconds. At the same time, then it started defining those tasks specifically to build those screens. Like if say there is a dialer screen, then what all things need to be there. If it's a prospect list, then what all aspects need to be covered over there. So that is what it could define. And eventually what I had over here was a complete application that I could publish and readily use. So as you can see, this is the application on the left hand side as we have over here, where I can either call this person, I can skip, move on to the next prospect. I get over here the output in terms of the number of calls that have been made to this lead and whether they are interested or not interested. When I go to the prospects aspect, it gives me a complete output as to if for every single prospect, what is the task that was done, whether it is not called, interested, or a callback is scheduled. What is it exactly? Then we have the call log. So this is something that helps us in terms of analyzing that what call went to which particular lead, and if there is any note that say the SDR wants to put alongside that. And finally, we even have a dashboard in place that gives us the daily, weekly output. So as you can see over here, it tells how many calls were done, how many prospects were contacted, what is the average talk time, what is the outcome. So we get to understand that for the prospects that are there, how many are getting connected. And this becomes a very important parameter because at the end of the day, this is one conversion point on which the entire sales funnel is built. Then we even have, say, a daily activity output that, okay, how many calls were made per day and what statuses do we have as per the prospects. We can map this across month or all time as well. So this is how this particular application got built. Finally, the most interesting thing is that I can download this application on my phone and just readily start using. And it took less than 5 minutes to have this entire thing ready. Further, if say at any given aspect I want to add new features, I want to import, I want to add more security to this, then I can even do that. Any integrations that I would want to do, I can just put up a prompt, as you can see over here, like integrate with the phone's native calling capabilities. All I need to do is just give this prompt and it incorporates that into the application. If I want to say give this code to my developer to further build the UI or improve it, then I get the complete code as well, which I can download and share it with my developer. I have the database, so if someone is using this application and whatever data gets stored, gets logged, I can get that in a CSV format for me to further analyze if I want to over an Excel or so. These are a few functionalities of this platform in terms of helping us build something that is one end-to-end and something that is usable in a very shorter span of time. And this is just about it. This is about how this platform changes everything when it comes to using AI tools. And AI is no longer just about, say, writing content or generating ideas. It's moved beyond that as well. So if you are in sales, operation, or even running a startup, this completely changes how fast you can execute things. And if you found this helpful, then please do like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. And thank you so much for watching this one.